hate puppies. It's good podcast.
I feel threatened.
I'm in Georgia. What's he like in Savannah or something?
Savannah. Or he's been in Savannah for the past couple of days, and I think he's going to Myrtle Beach for a few days.
I know he's going to Myrtle for a few days this weekend. He's got a golf trip, but he was.
I think he's going from Savannah to Myrtle Beach. Like, why would you go past there? Like,
makes perfect sense.
Yeah. And if you were Stu, why would you work a full week?
Well, I wouldn't work a full week. That's crazy.
Come on, that's full time.
I'm Stu.
Yeah.
Come on now. I got other things to do.
Good for him. He's earned a vacation.
He needs a break.
Yeah, he needs a break.
It's been a long
year. Rough. I saw he was rooting for. He found a Steelers bar. So
finding a Steelers bar is not difficult. There's a Steelers bar in every corner of the world.
Yeah. Well, and he's a big Saints fan. So you have your places you live. Stu has his sports team. So I'm just trying to keep up with all the sports teams.
If he was a sports fan of everywhere he visited,
true. Sports.
Yeah, that would be difficult.
That would be everywhere.
Yeah, quite literally. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House, only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems and hopefully helping you figure out what you should be drinking next week or avoiding. This week we may be doubling up on one that I don't think we've done it. I don't think we've had it.
We've been on a cold streak lately, I think.
Yeah, it seems like you heat up and then you get cold.
We had a 3 or 4 week hot streak, and
now we're on
a cold streak.
Definitive ice cold streak. Well, not everyone can make good beer.
Well, it's gotten real hard to find, as we talked about.
This
one's local, unfortunately. I was trying to find a global one, but couldn't do that.
I always do that too, and then it's like, all right, there's 700 microbrews. Mm-hmm. I can just grab one of those.
And being that you and I buy most of the beer, it's like, did we do this one? Did we not do this one? And I only go. I never plan out, so I'm usually hitting the Publix on the way over here. I need to
Oh yeah, it's convenience based buy.
Does Total Wine do the mix?
They do, but they're not cold.
Yeah, but if I went ahead and bought a bunch,
yeah, you'd be set. Oh,
that's what I need to do.
That smells horrible to me.
Miller Lite?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, to break the fourth wall, we're recording on a Monday, so that's kind of weird and off the wall. I know you don't like to drink on a Monday.
Oh.
Beer doesn't taste good on a Monday?
That beer tastes awful.
Because, that's right. You just got back in town.
Yeah, and that tasted bad.
Did you have 1,400 of those Miller Lights this weekend?
Safe. Safe to assume.
You had your big golf weekend. I guess Stu wasn't invited on this golf weekend?
Nope. He's invited on a different golf weekend this upcoming weekend. So he's a busy man. He's a busy man. But that's why my voice is not. Actually, who knows? Maybe I can compete with the Audio Dreamboat now.
You don't sound too bad. Actually, I didn't even pick up that it was a little different, but it is tweaked out a little.
It's a little more exciting.
Yeah, it's a little blown out.
It's just like shit.
I just thought that was your energy level. Hurricane golf, how'd that go?
Like you would expect. Yeah, we went down to Myrtle Beach on Thursday, which is
recap. This is the Drunken Rider Cup that y'all been going on for how many years now?
15 years.
Oh my God.
I think so. Yeah.
And it's mostly the same crew, but you pick up a stray every now and then.
We always end up picking up because what happens is you have the 12.
Yeah.
And then the invite goes out to the 12, and then it's you're always going to get one or two that are
can't make it that weekend.
Can't pull that off.
Family reunion or something's come up.
Whatever it may be, this year we ended up losing a guy 1 week before go time.
Ooh.
Due to some family stuff. So, that was heartbreaking news. Because he's an OG.
Everything okay?
No.
Oh, no.
No, it's not even... I mean, him. We can talk off air, but I don't think he wants his stuff out there, so I'll leave it alone. But we're thinking of him.
Yeah, that's a shame.
So yeah, you just pieced it together.
Yeah, I think I pieced it
exactly
together. Yeah,
that is. So yeah, unfortunately, we had a guy drop out, and You know how hard it is to find someone on a week's notice to take off a Thursday and Friday?
Because do y'all go down Thursday or go down Wednesday?
Some guys this year went down Wednesday.
Yeah.
And just started partying it up.
Hey, just I know it's 3 or 4 days away, but do you have an extra?
And costs a bunch of
yeah.
money. So, like, can you take a couple of days off from work with zero notice? Your family going to be cool with you disappearing. And actually, young Jimmy came through.
Wow. Yeah, I saw a picture of him. I couldn't remember if he was a normal guy or a.
No, he has no right being on this trip. Like, he is.
Well, I know golf, like, skill set doesn't matter.
No, that's the part that I'm saying. Like, that's why
Oh,
he was
he's
worried.
good?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Like he knows most of the people on the trip. Like, he has every right being on the trip from
Yeah.
like a hangout, chill. But like, he's like,
He doesn't golf at all, right?
no, he's like, Brendan, I don't golf.
Does he even own clubs?
He has my old clubs.
Wow.
So, like 10 years ago, I upgraded my clubs. And I was like, hey, you want this? And he was like, oh, that's great because I just need clubs.
Yeah.
Well, it was like a hodgepodge of clubs.
Golf clubs are something that, like, grown men just are expected to have.
Yeah, if someone says, hey, you're going to play golf, be like, I haven't played in forever. Well, grab your clubs.
Yeah.
Like, they just assume you have them.
God, my clubs sucked 15 years ago when I was playing, so I can only assume how much they suck now.
The clubs that young Jimmy has, I was like, all right, I got to play golf. Keep getting invited on these things. Like, I need some clubs. And I didn't have any money.
Yeah.
So I went on Craigslist, and I found an old guy in Mechanicsville, which is just out in the country.
Yeah.
People who aren't from around here. And so I'll go over to this old guy's house, and I'm like, so you don't play golf anymore? And he's like, my health won't let me. He's like, so I'm just hoping somebody will take the clubs. And he's like, let's go back out to the shed. And he had like 3 golf bags, and he just had like a hodgepodge of clubs that are just old as can be.
So not even a set of whatever.
No, I couldn't get like all Titleist.
Oh, wow.
I got a freaking Chichi Rodriguez 6-iron.
Oh, sweet.
It has a Chichi signature on it. I was like, wow, that dude hasn't been cool since the 70s.
Yeah.
And I got his club. But so like,
Throwback vintage style.
yeah, I went through and I was just pulling out clubs, and I was like, I just need to make a set. You know, something that goes through all the clubs. Got all the irons, got all the stuff. So I just went through and made a hodgepodge of a set. They're not all the same. They don't all match. And then I would inherit clubs from other people over time. And so I would take those and
Add
throw them
them
in
to the
bag.
set, pull out another one.
Yeah. And so when young Jimmy, when he was like, oh, I don't play golf, I was like, dude, I got it. I'm coming down to Charleston. Let me throw this extra set of clubs in there. You can have it. So we went and we played the municipal course in Charleston. And I was like awful. And I remember that he was awful, but more natural at golf than me.
Uh-huh.
So like, even though he had only played like twice in his life and I'd probably played a dozen times,
Yeah.
I was horrible, but he just naturally could hit a ball. And I remember being like, damn.
Yeah, some people just have good swings.
And his swing ain't even pretty. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just the way it works for him. It was solid,
effective.
It's contact and it goes. And I was like, hey, man, you could be good at golf. So I remember telling him 10 years ago, you should play every once in a while, man. You'll get pretty good. So I contacted him this week thinking he's had a decade to get that game dialed in. And he goes, the last time I played golf was with you in Charleston.
Holy
I was like,
cow.
oh, boy.
So he's literally played golf like less than one hand.
Definitely.
That's crazy.
Definitely. And now he's solidly on 2 hands.
He doubled his golf games.
So he was like, I tell you, man, I'm not very good at golf. He's like, but I could use a weekend with the guys.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm in. I was like, hell
That's
yeah.
awesome.
That's what I'm talking about. So we did get young Jim to come along, and
He's living.
he's out he's in Lake Hartwell, which is near
Yeah, he's not
Clemson.
3-4 hours. I mean, he's a hike from there, but he's not in some crazy state. He moves a lot, but he hadn't moved like too far away.
Yeah, he moves a lot though. He moves
Yeah.
every couple of years. That's just kind of his MO. Some people are just never want to be where they are.
Yeah.
That's him. He's like, I got an idea. I should be in the mountains.
I'm surprised his
beach.
family doesn't want to kill him.
I think they have a little of that wanderlust in them too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're good. I think everyone's
My wife and I are so simpatico with the moving thing. Like,
well, you guys aren't.
Yeah, like if you gave me a house twice as nice in the area, I wouldn't even move in the area. Like, just I hate the idea of moving.
It's a giant pain in the ass.
It's such a pain in the ass.
It really is. And you don't realize how much shit you just accumulate
Yes.
for no reason.
Yes.
Just stacking it up. It's like I have to go through and purge
Yeah.
every so often, just throw a bunch of crap out. And what happens oftentimes is I fill up garbage bags and like this garbage bag's getting hidden in the attic.
Well, so I've been in my house 15 years, which is by far the longest place I've ever lived anywhere, including my childhood homes. So you've been in this house for almost 10 years or over 10 years. So you got to be getting,
This year's 8.
yeah. So you're getting close to 10. So
Yeah.
this is probably one of the longest places you've ever lived.
Yep. I would say so.
Yeah.
Damn. I feel like this is a new house.
Yeah.
Like in my mind.
Because time just keeps getting faster.
Yeah. I just feel like this is the new house and but I mean my kids liked me then, so a while ago. Very different.
You and I are about to have some teenagers, dude.
Yeah,
Talk about not liking.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's falling apart quick. Like they still think I might be cool,
Yeah.
but 5 years ago I was literally the coolest
yes.
dude in the world.
By far.
They're like,
yeah.
"Oh, my dad kick your dad's ass."
Oh, yeah.
Now they're like, "I don't know, my dad's got a bum shoulder.
Like-
I think your dad can take him."
I'll hang out with my dad no matter what he's doing. Like, if he's going somewhere, I'm in. Now it's like, hey, I'm going somewhere cool. They're like, all right, see ya.
Yeah.
See you, old man.
That's about it. But yeah, so we went down there and the day we were supposed to be down there was Thursday, which is the day that Hurricane Ian.
Did you leave Thursday?
I left at the crack of dawn Thursday morning. So woke up and it was cold outside. Fall had shown up.
5.5 hours. Is that how far it is, Myrtle Beach?
Yeah, but Google Maps. We were like cruising along and Google Maps pulled that shit where they're like, hey, it's 15 minutes faster to drive through the middle of nowhere. And I was like, done. Like I just kept hitting accept. That got it under 5.
Nice.
But took some back ass roads. But it worked. But yeah, so Hurricane Ian came in and started crushing Florida on Thursday. That was the day kind of everything blew up all through. Which basically the epicenter was that island I went to in April.
Oh, yeah.
That's where it came through. That did not go well for them. That island is decimated.
My grandmother's lived down there in Fort Myers for 41 years.
Fort Myers?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. So
It's
Fort
gone.
Myers is just on the other side of the
Her
island there.
Her shit's gone. Her house was. She had a tricked out trailer, not even sitting on anything, like not built up. So like the trailer basically, I think had water all the way in it. The car had water all the way in it. The golf car was underwater. I've seen pictures; it's pretty damaged, but water was all through it. So I think that the trailer and everything in it is ruined.
That sucks, man. But she's okay.
Yeah, she wasn't there. She was up in South Carolina with my aunt and my dad. So they both live in South Carolina. So they were
young Jimmy was in South Carolina and he had 10 refugees from Florida in his house. He was like, peace, y'all can use my bed. And then where did we go like morons?
to the coast.
We go to the coast, but not thinking much of it. Like when Hurricane Ian was hitting, we were driving there and it looked like Thursday was going to be fine. We're just going to golf through it.
Yeah.
Friday, they were calling for rain. So we were like, Friday's going to be shitty.
Yeah.
So we all bought rain gear. Had like rain pants, rain jackets. We're like, we'll power through.
Yeah.
So we had the gear.
Except when
Friday.
it's cold.
Yeah, but it looked like it was going to be in the high 60s. I mean, it looked like it was doable.
Uh-huh.
And still, that rain gear doesn't breathe real well.
Yeah.
So you stay pretty warm.
You get soaked inside from the sweat.
Exactly. So we had all of our gear, and then it looked like Saturday was going to be another just rainy day, but not as bad as Friday. Friday was all day. Saturday was kind of off and on. So we were like, well,
But y'all were willing to play through the rain.
we were going to mud. Everybody had their worst shit. It's funny. This group shows up and they look like these dudes, half of them, like they care more about getting the look right.
Oh, yeah.
Like they look good. Young Jimmy showed up. Dude ain't played golf in forever.
He probably didn't have any appropriate golf gear.
Dude, he went into like the local sporting goods store and bought all the gear.
Oh, wow.
So his shit was crisp.
Yeah.
Like never had a stain on it and just like looked good. Because you can't play a round of golf without ruining a shirt. We had one guy this year, he was wearing a white shirt, or it was like a yellow shirt. And he goes and gets a hot dog and he comes out.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess somebody had torn the packet already and he didn't notice. And so he took it and he went to pick it up and he squeezed it and it just fired on his shirt. I was like, that's exactly the kind of injuries we get with our clothes.
Yeah.
So young Jimmy's clothes were crisp.
It is funny how, like, even in good weather, when I was playing golf on a regular basis, like, I would get filthy. Like, somehow I would get
Hey, you
gross.
wiping your hands on yourself and then you're like, oh man, I look
You're
like,
brushing up against stuff, like,
man, you look like crap. So shocking how good professional golfers.
in your $80 shirt, you know, like,
Yeah. That you wear once or twice a year. So no, he looked good, but like everyone was wearing like their worst shoes, their worst, because we knew there's no point in looking great on this trip, you know? So sure enough, we got there Thursday, man. And I mean, as soon as we started playing golf, that wind started picking up.
Doesn't take much wind to make a golf game bad.
No. By the end of that round, though, like, because we did play 18, by the end of that round, I'd say the last like 6 holes, that wind was fierce, but it wasn't consistent.
Yeah.
It was just gusts. Like all of a sudden a gust would come through. There was one on the second to last hole. It's now it's raining. We've got all our gear on. It's raining. The wind is whipping. And I literally looked and I'm looking at how much, like, I saw Ely throw like something up in the air and it just bolted left. And I was like, oh shit. And so like I picked up a pine cone and threw it up and it bolted left. And I was like, okay, this wind's legit.
Yeah, because the pine cone has a lot of mass. Like, a breeze isn't going to blow it. Like,
it just gone. I was like, all right.
who threw that pine cone?
So I turned and I just aimed right out over the lake. I was like, I'm gonna crush it out over the lake. And just pop, I put that thing up in the air. The wind caught it. It just kept hooking. Boom. Landed right by the hole.
Nice.
There were all these people like starting their hurricane partying early.
Yeah.
They're all sitting outside like, woo, what
That's
a
awesome.
shot. I was like, hell yeah, waving to them.
When you hit a nice clean shot and it goes right, especially in front of a group of people, that's when it's like,
And you
that's
pulled
the good stuff.
You pulled the jackass move of firing it out over the water.
Yeah.
Just let it come back. They're like, that guy gets it.
Yeah.
Only shot I hit all day.
They're like, he must be really good.
I mean, I was so bad. I played at a level
How
that
bad was Jimmy?
so he and I played each other that first round. And we have a rule that if you double par, you just pick up the ball and move on. That's the highest score you can get. Jimmy got double par on 11 of 12 of the first 12 holes.
Whoa.
And I got double par on 10.
Wow.
So he and I were playing pretty neck and neck bad golf.
So even with picking up, you guys are getting up into the 130 range.
Yeah, we played a round where we shared drives. I could share the other person's drive.
if you wanted to.
Yeah, I could share the other person's drive, and I got to pick up at double par. I shot a 121.
Wow.
With a shared drive. So every drive was out there in the fairway because I had the best player.
Wow.
And that's how I fared, 121. I'm not a very good golfer.
Neither am I. That's why I don't like to play, but you guys sure seem to not care about sucking.
Nah, it's great, man. You go out there and it's just because half these guys give a shit and the other half really are like, how many shots of fireball can one man do?
Yeah, in a round.
And that's it. Just a cooler full of ice cold fireball shots and beers, and they'll just
Well,
go.
golf is cheap too, so that's the really good part.
It is if you're smuggling in all the fireball. That helps.
Well, golf can be. You can find rounds for a decent price, especially down Myrtle Beach, I would think, because there's so many choices. There's got to be some affordable.
Myrtle Beach has everything from unaffordable to they'll pay you.
Yeah, to
It's
dog tracks.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So y'all played Thursday one round.
Then we woke up Friday and the hurricane was on us.
Did y'all have a dope spot? All 12 of y'all in one place?
All 12 of us in a house directly across the street from the ocean. So like there's just one street and then there's houses there and we're the next row. What we didn't realize, what we never considered, was that the hurricane was going to come back out into the Atlantic, come on up, and actually slam right back in to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, because it scooted right by Georgia.
Came right back to Myrtle.
Right back to South Carolina.
Made landfall right where we were. We're so dumb, though, man. We all got up at 7 because we were like, how often do you get to play golf in a hurricane? Was our attitude.
Yeah.
Like, how often do you get to play golf in a hurricane? So we stayed up till like 2:30 in the morning, high-fiving about how great it's going to be to play golf in a hurricane.
No one thought the course might not allow that?
Should have occurred to us. So we had an 8.
I would have been the logical person to have been like, guys.
There were logical people there. Logical people don't get as loud.
True.
Logical
Yeah.
people just, guys, it's probably not
Yeah.
good. And I'm like, I'm talking about the story, bro.
Yeah.
The story.
I can hear it.
Yeah.
And I can see you high-fiving the next guy that's believing you.
Yeah, and he's all hype. There was one dude, he was being the logical guy, and my volume went up a couple decibels.
Yeah.
I'm letting him know why. He became the number 2.
Oh, nice.
He completely switched sides, and he was like, well, you're not going to tell this story to your kids? You're an idiot. We're doing this. I was like, that's my guy right there.
Why are you standing on the other side now?
Yeah. It was awesome. But so, yeah, we were hellbent. We had an 8:30 tea time. We were like, get up at 7. Like, get
Yeah.
dressed. Let's go.
All hungover as hell.
Yeah. So I got 4.5 hours of sleep.
Oh,
Woke my ass up. Was like, game time.
Drive out there?
So I get up at 7 because I'm hearing movement, get upstairs, and Ely, pretty smart person. Ely's like, they won't let us on the course. I can't get an answer. Every 30 minutes,
Yeah.
he's calling the course.
They're not even answering.
They're not even answering. They're not there.
They're like, who could call us today?
They're like, we don't want any of those assholes that do call us.
Yeah, because a lot of times courses, I played enough golf to know, like, they call that shit early. You'll hear the horn, like, when sometimes it won't even be raining. There'll be thunder and lightning 30 miles away, and they're like, get off the course.
Yeah, they don't want
Yeah.
the liability alone. I mean, trees are going to come down. Like, they don't want you to die out there, at least not on their watch.
No.
They don't care if you just do die out there.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, we weren't able to play, and we were like, this is bullshit because this is Pussy Storm. Like, like we're not, and we're looking on the Weather Channel, and it's like, it's coming right for you.
Yeah.
And we're like, if this is a hurricane, I don't get the big deal.
Because it hadn't started.
It's just raining really
Yeah,
hard,
yeah.
and it's just windy. So we're like, we can do this. I tell you, those things pick up strength.
Like the closer they get.
They really do.
Wow.
And the eye went directly over.
You're a regular Jim Cantori or whatever.
I felt like Jim Cantori out there that day. Yeah, so we ended up just hunkering down, like bought a bunch of groceries.
I was going to say, did y'all have enough food and beer and everything?
Turns out we had way too much food and beer, so we all panicked and ran into the grocery store.
Oh, yeah, and everybody just went nuts.
We panic bought all the food and all the beer, and then, of course, we didn't eat all the food, drink all the beer. Well, we drank most of the beer. We did pretty good on that front. So that day literally just turned into, like, playing dice.
I was going to say, did y'all get some gambling going?
So much gambling.
A little AC-doocy?
Oh, so much AC-doocy.
Some poker, maybe?
The poker I refused to play because I didn't want to slow it down.
Yeah.
Poker slows things down. People think
poker's an all-day affair.
Yeah. I'd rather play AC-doocy, left, right, center, like rolling dice. We're having a lot of fun with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then it turned into quarters.
Yes.
But in the middle of it, I'll be damn if this eye didn't come right over us. Like it shifted, came right over us. And as that wall started coming up on us, the wind doesn't stop.
Yeah.
It holds steady at a certain amount and then gusts from there. I got to watch the roof on the house next door just disintegrate.
Really?
Like standing out, I hear everyone screaming, go outside. I'm like, what's all this about? We're standing there and you just see like all of a sudden like all of the shingles, siding just starts ripping off the house, flying off into trees and shit. We're like, oh snap. This house is disintegrating. Doesn't occur to us that our house is probably likely disintegrating.
I was going to say, like, how'd your house fare?
We were elevated just enough somehow that like the whole street flooded, turned into a river. Like I'm watching trash cans just float down the street.
Oh, snap.
I'm like, this is crazy. So like we're watching all this stuff go down and the house right next to us was just built low. and that water just
Came up into the house?
rolled right up into it,
Wow.
fucked it all up. We weren't exactly high.
So was that from the ocean side or from the surge, like from the street side?
Definitely surge.
Yeah.
Yeah, just somehow rolled in. It was wild. Like it just flooded everything up. They blocked off our roads. There were emergency vehicles everywhere. Like our road just happened to be a hot spot, I guess.
And so how did everybody's cars fare?
All of ours were fine.
Oh, wow.
Everyone, I mean, they're all coated with a level of salt
Yeah.
that you can only get if you impregnate it into the paint 100 miles an hour for hours. We definitely got a lot of that. So that was pretty rough. But
What car did you take down there?
I was in the White Knights Raptor.
Oh, okay.
If there was,
Oh, my God.
that's the car you take in and
Yeah,
out of there.
but
Oh, yeah.
he
would.
babies that thing.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He had it parked in a pretty good spot.
Did he, like, immediately go home and have it detailed?
I'm certain of it.
Yeah.
We were actually riding home in the rain on Sunday, and we were both like, all right, we need this.
Yeah, just to rinse it off.
Yeah, like we needed that. But yeah, man, that whole roof next door, like it just started shingles tearing back. All of a sudden,
Whoa.
we see a gutter rip off, then like the siding rip off.
Was anybody in the house?
No, these poor bastards. Then all of a sudden, the roof that was hanging over like the screened-in porch,
Yeah.
it like snapped on one side and just started flapping back the whole damn roof, like thunk, 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 thunk. We're like,
Why didn't I get a Marco Polo of this?
because it would flap, 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 and it was holding on by one pylon.
Uh-huh.
And then when the gust would end, it would come back down.
It just looked normal.
Then it would come up. I mean, I can show you a video of it.
Yeah.
It's just hard to get the timing right. But yeah, those poor people, they ended up going out that morning, take care of some stuff. They were coming back and the road was closed. So they were like, you can't come in here.
I think they were renters.
No, they were the owners.
Ooh.
So they were like, oh, crap. So they went to a bar. They could see their house.
Oh,
Their
no.
house was fine. They left, went to the bar, sat in the bar, drank
Tablet on.
drank for 4 hours, and came back after the back wall had finished up to come back to find their siding fucked up, their whole roof screwed up, their house was flooded. They were like, oh. So we were standing outside, doing our best to sound like we weren't high-fiving every time something ripped off their house. But
All 12 of y'all just half in the bag, like, man, it was crazy, man.
you should have seen it, man. Your house is 2 blocks away, man.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was not great.
That is wild.
But it was
I'm
kind of
glad
cool
you
to
guys,
see.
like,
Yeah, we
did
lost
all right.
some. We lost a little bit of siding. There was something around the back of the house that was connected to something inside the house that was going tonk, 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 tonk for hours, but
oh, wow.
we never figured out what it was. My favorite thing is going to take a leak. There's like waves
Oh, yeah.
because of all the pressure and everything that's
Yeah.
happening outside against all the water pipes and everything. And so the water is just going up and down, up
Yeah.
and down, just splashing while you're peeing. I was like, that's fucking cool.
Could you feel the house moving?
Our house is pretty rock solid, man.
Nice.
I mean, this place, we showed up and we're like, man, there's no toilet paper here. We're like, are there any sheets in this place? I think they clean it like every other time.
Uh-huh.
They just throw everything in the laundry room. We went in the laundry room, it was just stacked with dirty sheets and stuff. We're like, ugh.
So did y'all have to
Nah,
wash everything, or did you just call them up?
we called them up, but it was a hurricane.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, we can't help you.
So what happened? Did you end up washing everything?
No, we found enough sheets to make it go, just like in random places, in bags, like clean. So we were okay on that front, but like toilet paper was scarce.
Yeah.
We never bought paper towels. Like a house full of dudes partying and drinking with no paper towels. We had one towel that was just like the world's dirtiest shit rag, and it cleaned up, rib juice, beers, whatever you'd come across. A whole bottle of Windex spilled all over the floor, so that got mopped with it. It was
Nice.
yeah, we did it up.
Yeah.
We did it up.
I'm guessing the cleaning crew just never came over because of the weather.
Yeah, they were like, nah, man, we're good.
Yeah.
So we were like, all right, we're good too then. Cockroaches all came in from outside. They all hunkered down with us.
I feel like I hear so many stories like that when it comes to rental properties. Like,
Yeah.
oh, such and such wasn't ready. They tell you it's ready, it's not ready. And if you think about it, like, you're really putting everything in, like, you got your owners, your management companies, but really everything rides on
A cleaning crew.
the cleaning
basically.
crew, who is, the least paid, probably least appreciated, but like should be probably
They make or break the
Yeah.
whole experience.
Yeah, because when you walk into a rental property, like if it's clean
Yeah, it's
and
nice.
or looks nice, looks organized,
You're set. You're like, this is great.
yeah, even it might not even be clean, but it's like beds are made and things are in order.
Yeah, we didn't have to worry about that. That was not our problem.
And of course, you can get discount or anything.
If there is a discount, it's coming at another time. And
Yeah.
you would think we'd get discounts on golf and all kinds of things, but
Yeah, had you already made?
we'd already paid for all that. So I assume, but usually what golf courses do is they give you a rain check,
Yeah,
which is great because I don't live there.
yeah.
So a
What
rain
are the-
check is best case for them.
So how many rounds of golf did you pay for, and how many did you end up playing?
We paid for 3 and we managed to get in 2.5.
Oh, okay.
So
Because I thought y'all usually played like 6 rounds of golf or something silly when y'all did this.
Usually it's 3. I've seen it eke up a little more.
I thought y'all did like Thursday around, Fridays and Saturdays were like 2 rounds each.
I've seen days where we do play 36 in a day.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Oh, I've never, ever, ever, ever wanted to play more than 18.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever wanted to play more than 15 or 16.
Yeah, somewhere around 12, you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
a good round of golf.
Yeah.
know?
Especially if I'm having a good day.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Don't screw it up.
Let's wrap this up. Let's just call it right now.
Yeah, it feels like the timing's good.
Oh, wait, the wheels fell off and now my day's ruined.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Yeah, it was but then Saturday we got out there and we got 27 in, so we
Nice.
we made the most of it.
Yeah,
all
so
in
the-
all, it was good.
And a half round of golf counts as a full round of golf. So you will get no
It did on that day.
Yeah, you'll get no reimbursement.
No.
Different courses?
Just 2 courses. One course we just played another
Yeah.
9. No, it was all good. I'll figure out what if there's money coming back, we'll find out.
Well, so the Drunken Rider Cup, this is a competition.
Oh yeah.
So teams get drafted.
Yeah.
There's a big trophy.
Big trophy this year too. It's a new trophy.
Were you on the winning team last year?
I don't know if I was on the winning team last year. I know I was on the winning team this year.
Oh,
Damn right. The Soggy Bottom Boys came through.
nice.
Took that W.
What was the other team name?
What's it matter?
It doesn't matter.
It'll never be known. But the Soggy Bottom Boys will live on forever. It's a good team name in a hurricane.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
Fitting.
we were pretty damn happy about that. Because we didn't have a name. We were like, what's our name? And like we're thinking about all these names.
Because y'all put a lot of thought into the names.
Oh yeah.
Y'all, one of them was really good a couple years ago.
They're always I feel like they're always pretty good. But yeah, the Wishing Motherfucker Woods.
That's it.
That's a great team name.
Yes.
But yeah, we were just sitting there going, man, we don't have a team name. And all trying to figure it out. And then I looked over and I was like, I don't know, them Soggy Bottom Boys. And they were like, done. And then you hear every other team go, oh man, no, we should have been that. That's when I knew we were going to win.
There you go.
Because we had the name for it.
I feel like you're on the winning team a lot,
I am.
which is wild.
I'm not very good at golf. but I'm also drafted to be against their worst player.
Yeah.
So like my draft position is fine.
All you have to do is be better than their worst player, which I'm assuming was young Jimmy.
Yeah. Thank goodness. But he played, he got better every round.
Yeah.
Better and better and better. By next year, he'll be better than me. If he plays 2 more times, he'll be better than me.
You are really not good.
Nah, but I also don't care.
Yeah.
Like I'm having fun.
There you go.
So what do I care? Yeah, it was a long trip though, man.
I'm sure. Y'all leave first thing Sunday morning?
Dude, I got up at 7 and was out the door by 7:40.
Wow.
Got back here, watched the Bears game.
Got the white knight up and moving? That is something right there.
So he and I now have an understanding.
Okay.
Like we've talked about this.
Yeah, because you and I almost had to go to blows with him at his own bachelor party.
He refused to leave.
He refused to leave.
We're like, what? The house is
Laying
clean.
in bed. We cleaned the whole house.
Everybody's
Everyone
gone.
left.
It's just us. Like, come on.
Yeah. And he was still in bed saying, I know you guys want to go. I do not care.
Do not care. No. Now He and I have had conversations. He's got a very different mentality.
Good. He finally came around.
It's a very simple process. He packs the night before.
Yes. Always good.
As soon as my
Good
stuff
plan.
is about ready, I go in there. I wake him up. He grabs his shit. He walks outside. He has a cigarette. I load my shit up. He gets in his own car. I drive it. He sleeps.
There you go.
That's a good plan.
I like that plan.
That's a good plan.
That's everyone wins.
Everyone wins. I dictate exactly when we leave,
And you get to drive a cool car.
and I get to drive a Raptor,
Yeah.
which is awesome. And he just sleeps, and he gets to time travel
Yeah.
through multiple states.
Time traveling, it's something I haven't done in, I can't even remember the last time because I drive 100% of the time.
There's
I go
nothing
anywhere.
better. There's nothing better than, oops,
Yeah.
did I fall asleep? Are we here?
Yeah. You don't even have to be hungover to appreciate it.
No.
Like, I try to get my family every time I drive anywhere, which to the lake is an hour and a half. Like, I'll be like, fall asleep. Everyone, please fall asleep.
Go for it.
And people are like, don't you hate driving by yourself? I'm like, no, I want them to fall asleep. I want silence in my car. I want to put a podcast on, and I
Yeah.
just want to drive.
I want to listen to what I want to listen to.
I don't want to hear the kids bickering.
I don't want to hear opinions.
Yeah, I don't want to hear mom. Like, believe me, time traveling is the coolest.
Yeah. And he gets to do it. So it's like, he's really grown to like it. He's
Yeah.
like, this is a great plan. And I'm like,
Because even if you don't,
absolutely is.
even on a 5-hour trip, if you sleep for 2 or 3 hours, like you've just half that trip.
Yeah. Just, I wake you up. You go outside, have a cigarette. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'll take care of this from here. You're just going to have to deal with me stopping to grab a cup of coffee somewhere in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
And then the rest of the way, I'm too dehydrated to piss.
Yeah.
Life is good. And straight
Yep.
on through. So got to watch the Bears game, which was miserable. They are the worst damn team. But I was
What time
on
did you get back? So you got back. I mean, you could have opened up the Pallet House.
Yeah, I'd not.
But you
was
were not in the
on my
mood.
agenda.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Got back here though. I probably missed like the first 2 minutes of the game. That's after changing cars at his house and coming.
Nice.
Made good time. Watched my game. Got home. No one was here.
Nice.
Whole house to myself. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I just sat there, made myself a big old sandwich.
Yes.
Sat on the couch. Was like, hell yeah. My wife gets home, starts talking to me. She goes, you want some coffee? And I was like, read my mind. She hands me a coffee. I take one sip of that and I'm like, oh, it's like that. Just bourboned out.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Oh, it had bourbon in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
she was enabling.
I forgot. She's a Sunday fun day kind of person.
I guess she'd been at brunch drinking. She came home. She was like, this isn't ending now.
You were in no shape for this.
No. 4 glasses of bourbon later.
Oh my God.
Like it just, that's what it turned into. I had that and then I was like, yeah, bourbon. I don't want any more beer.
So you had a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday bender.
And now here we are
Here you are, day 5.
doing the podcast and now I'm stuck with a beer in my, which is not going down well.
No, you're still in the first 16-ounce beer.
It's a painful beer. It really does. It tastes like shit.
You'll be fine in what, 2-3 days?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'll be in Miami Thursday.
So you will definitely be fine.
So yeah, I'll be having mojitos because that town made it.
It did. It lucked out.
Yeah, I got lucky. So I'm going to the part of Florida you want to
Tampa
be.
got lucky. Because it was originally like straight coming for Tampa. Which
Didn't look good.
From what I heard, obviously Fort Myers got decimated, but I heard it would have been worse at Tampa.
I believe it. Yeah.
I mean, it's a bigger city.
And it's not built for it.
No, it's
I
definitely
mean, Fort
not built
Myers
for it.
isn't, but
No.
it's not built for it.
No.
Yeah. All good, man. All good. Made it.
Well, glad you had a good time.
Yeah, we got through. And Saturday was literally beautiful.
Nice.
Not
Sun came out.
Not a cloud in the sky. Like
Awesome.
right after that hurricane moved through.
Beautiful.
So calm.
Yeah.
So calm. So, and we got out there and our course was like aces.
Was it packed? Did a lot of people come out to play?
Oh yeah. So they had to push the tee times back. 7:30 is the first tee time. They got to go off at 10.
Oh, because they had to get the course ready.
Yeah. So we got out there at 10 and like the backlog of dudes,
Yeah.
just all the dudes who'd been drinking.
How do you play 12 in a? How does that work? Because you can't have sixums, right?
Nah, it's foursomes.
Yeah.
But you're just back to back to back. So
you're only hanging out on the course
dudes.
with 3 other dudes.
Yeah.
Do y'all mix that up?
Yeah, every round. And then you end up, when you're moving like that, on a day like that where it's so packed, you're
backing
backed
up. Yeah.
So you'll be hanging
every
out.
every tee you're backing up.
Yeah. So
That's kind of cool.
It was good. And I had the worst gas. Like after that, like that Friday of just hurricane drinking and eating. I mean,
Oh yeah.
just ate everything because we had so much stuff. We were just eating.
You're eating everybody else's food because
Yeah,
they bought whatever.
It was just a
Just
shit.
sharing everything.
And it was like I was farting in ways that like the reverb and the moisture. It was to die for.
Literally.
And finally, there's one time I'm just standing there and there's 50 dudes all packed waiting around this area. And I drop this one and I'm thinking it's not going to be anything.
You're outside.
Yeah, it's not going to be anything. It's just going to eke out. No one's going to hear it. And it starts coming and it's coming at a volume that I'm like, that is like, that's like I'm in a megaphone. like how loud that was. And it was just so wet.
Brendan, why do you have one of those cheerleader megaphones?
Yeah. And then it just kept going. So I'm like 3-4 seconds into this thing and I'm thinking, you know what? Like, I don't know why I'm not just leaning in.
Yeah.
Because at this point,
It's all dudes.
At this point, everyone already hears that dude over there is farting. And I'm realizing that this thing is up in my throat. Like it's so much in there. And so I just give it a little gusto. That bitch rode out for another 7 seconds and did so at a volume to the point that like every guy there, you can see every group of guys like, I'm impressed. I mean, that guy, that's impressive. And I'm turning around and I'm just looking at it like no shame in my game. Like
Heads whipping around.
yeah, I'm like, all right, that was me. Like that's my W. And it was so funny just to hear all the comments in all the groups. I don't know how many people. Seriously, that was impressive.
I'm not even mad.
Yeah, they're all like laughing and like they're high fiving each other. Like they'd accomplished something just because they got to see it. So after that, I just gave up. And I was like, you know what? I'm already known as the asshole. And so I just started ripping them. Just ripping them. Walking around in between people's stuff. And like, by the time we got out on the course, guys are like, hey, man. But there were these guys in front of us, unfortunately, that I had crop dusted hard one time going into the clubhouse. Just rode them out. And they're like, oh, man. These dudes are in front of us. And on the very first hole, my buddy doesn't see that they're waiting over here. He rips the ball out there, fucking goes right at him.
Hits up on him.
All of a sudden he sees him. He's like, oh no. And he's like, 4. The ball crashes in between the two of them. We're like, damn, dude, that was fucked up. He's like,
That's a big no-no for those who
big
don't know.
no. So he's like, I gotta apologize, man. I feel bad. We catch him at the next hole and he's like, dude, sorry, did not mean to do that. They go pulling off. Next guy tees up and where he's aiming left. These dudes are way over here on the right. Shanks it, hits one of the dude's foot.
Oh, snap.
So now I've crop dusted them, their whole group, farted on them. And then we hit a ball at them, basically hit them, then apologize to them, and then be like, psych, and shank one into their foot. We're not making friends
They
out
hate
there.
you guys.
Hated us. They're somewhere on a podcast right now like, so this dude farts on us.
Yeah, this has you'll never believe this group of dickheads we met.
These Soggy Bottom boys were such douchebags.
Did y'all have any nighttime entertainment? Did y'all go out?
Nah, I mean, we went to Hooters one night, but like outside of that, I mean, you're pretty much stuck.
Yeah.
The weather's turning. It wasn't great. We had a blast though.
I'm sure y'all always have fun. It's a fun
I'm paying
group.
for it. I'm paying for it. But yeah, it was fun. It was worth it. I'm just right now. Doesn't feel awesome in me.
Anybody take anything from the Airbnb?
No, not this time. No. Thanks for asking. It was something that was brought up a lot. Someone got there and was like, I'm so glad we're in a rental place. I need pots and pans so bad. It was one of the first comments I heard. I was like, damn, that's not funny.
That is hilarious. It's not funny. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's better. It's better than funny.
Did you tell that story on here? I don't think you did. I don't know if you did.
Oh no, that's an inside
Yeah.
story. It's a good one.
It's a real good one.
But I mean, that dude was having mental issues. Like,
We shouldn't laugh.
I mean, you laugh now.
You can laugh now.
That's what you do, man. You laugh now. It's all good. Should we have a deli?
I think we should, because we can't go deeper into this story as much as I would like to.
No, it's funny when a story doesn't get told on the podcast. Like I was telling a story on the trip, and it was one of those. It's a story that I've always like thought about telling on the podcast, but I've never done it because it's highly embarrassing to me. But it's also like one of the greatest stories ever, and I finally retold that story.
Oh.
And felt good to tell for the first time in like 15 years.
Well, tonight we have the Virginia Beer Company. Their Free Verse Hazy Tropical Juicy IPA.
I was going to guess hazy tropical juicy.
ABC.
ABV.
Oh, it says ALC 6.8, but then it says by volume. It's confusing
Interesting.
because it usually says ABV.
Yeah.
Alcohol 6.8 by volume. So this is
That's a strong one.
strong one.
I'm going to feel that.
Now, truth be told, I bought this because I went to Publix, and we've almost had everything at Publix, I think. Honest to God.
Yeah.
I did notice there's a new beer hug.
The bear hug.
Yeah. But they call it beer hug.
But we've had one of those.
Yeah, I think there's a new one.
And I don't know which one we've had,
Yes.
which one we haven't had.
There's
so
like
I
a
have to-
neon beer hug. I
Yeah.
don't think we had that one.
I think the
we-
neon's the one we had.
Oh, I was thinking it was the other one.
Yeah, see that? Look, we can never do it now.
Yeah.
It's just over. Unfortunately.
So this is
Okay, smells good.
it's probably gonna be boozy. Being a 6'8".
Oh. Yum.
I didn't even have to look at you to hear the tone in your voice.
Nah, it's good. That's like,
It does smell good.
oh, yeah. Tastes better. You really get down to brass tacks. There's something about that is real nice.
Is it the brass tacks in it?
There's definitely some brass in there. And it's taxing something in me.
What's it say on it? It says juicy, tropical.
Yeah, and hazy.
Oh my God. Whew. That was like $12.99 a 6-pack.
Well, take it back and get 10 back.
I gotta do better. I can't just swing by Publix anymore. This is
Expensive.
This is not good.
That's why I've started getting those 6-packs and
Yeah.
breaking them up because I'm like, we're only going to drink 2 or 3 of these anyway. But I end up getting stuck with damn 5-packs and 4-packs of all kinds of turds.
Well, and even if like you do like one, you can just go back and get the.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why. This is why I end up throwing out garbage bags full of beer
Yeah.
on this podcast because the bad ones just stack up and they're kind of hard to sell to people.
Well, it's not the money either. It's the waste. I hate just.
It's the waste.
It's the waste.
Because
Like,
people come over here and they go, oh, yeah. Oh, no, I don't want that. And I'm like, no, try it. You might like it. They're like, you literally said it was like poop.
Well, and it's not like you have unlimited space here for beer. So like it starts to back up quickly when you got 4 and 5 extras of
Every week.
or 3. Let's say 3 every week. This week we only are splitting
There's only
one.
2 of us.
Yeah. So we're gonna have 5 of these.
This has that weird Bazooka Joe, Tops bubblegum, talcum
Yeah.
taste in it, which I don't understand what causes that in beer, but
And this is for me. It has the metallic taste in it.
I knew you were tasting that as soon as you said brass tacks again. Like when you repeated it back, I go, he's tasting that metal. It gets better as you drink.
It does. Is it me? I mean, is that brass tacks thing a me thing, or is that a?
No, I said it. And
The
then when
metallic
when
thing.
you repeated it, I was like, oh, that's funny because it does have that kind of metallic taste to it.
What tropical flavor is it?
Something from Haiti.
After a hurricane?
Yeah, it's not going to get any nicer than Haitian tropics.
That's leaving the fuzz, the bad aftertaste in my mouth.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and score it?
How low do I want to go on this? This is really bad.
Valid question.
If 2.5 is a drinkable average beer, this is way below that.
Yeah.
Do I want to go down to a 0.5 or just stick at a 1? I think I'll stick at a 1. This isn't good, though. 0.5.
0.5.
I don't know if I like anything about this. Can you tell me what's good about it? I mean, what redeeming quality does it have?
I can take a shot at that. I will drink it and I will find something. Here we go. Let me see.
Here's the one thing I will say that's good. It's a 6.8 and it doesn't taste that boozy, but that's because the funk of everything else is covering the booze flavor for my palate.
It's fuzzy on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a positive.
Not the good fuzzy on the back end like some guys like.
Yeah. In the tropical department, it's maybe a little bit like mango.
Mango, maybe.
I mean, that's the best.
You'd like to be able to put your finger on it.
I don't know that I would.
No, like when you think you'd be like, it's
Yeah,
definitely
that's why I'm saying I think mango.
Why mango? Why is mango used all the time? Is mango that great of a
They don't put it in
flavor?
there. It's just a profile that comes out. It's fuzzy. I actually think it is a little boozy, but that could also be that my body's rejecting everything
Yeah.
that I'm putting in it. I don't like it.
No.
I don't like it. I don't dislike it at the level you dislike it. So
You can't argue my score.
no, but I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it up.
Yeah.
I'm a 2.
Oh, you got it that high.
Only because I don't see anything. Well, all right. There's this.
Do you want to drink a whole one?
That's the only reason I know it's not in the 1 because I'm not dumping it.
I would not, if not that I'm drinking full beers, I would not drink that to it in its entirety. That is not good.
It's actually, the more I drink, there's less redeeming qualities. I am going to go 1.5.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to go 1.5.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think it's because if 2.5 is just middle of the road, this is
Yeah.
definitely a whole point below that.
At least, yeah.
So yeah, 1.5. So that's a 1.
That's a 1.
Hey, grab me a beer. This free verse is good.
Objection! Hearsay!
We will have to pawn that off to somebody.
That's bad. Mm-hmm. That's bad. I'd like to find a hardcore like IPA head
Yeah.
and see what they think, because I feel like this is one of those beers that it went wrong.
Let's do a taste test this weekend.
I think they were this is my theory. They were making an ale.
Okay.
Something went wrong. And they were like, oh,
Something
shit.
fell in the tank and died.
Yeah, something went wrong. And they were like, this ale's not very good. And they said, then let's just free verse it and add a bunch of hops to it.
Yep.
And it'll cover over the deficiency.
Yeah.
Which is the hallmark move, right?
Make a cool looking can with a cool name and
Boom.
boom, fix it.
They'll
Fix
never
the
know that
glitch.
free verse was us just dumping all the old hops into that bad ale.
All the used old hops.
Yeah, it's bad. That's
It's
bad.
Not good. And it was literally like $12.99 for a
Where's
six-pack.
Virginia beer from? I know the state, but
I want to say it's up near the mountains.
yeah, it should go higher.
One would think. It is not good.
Nah, I'm not happy about that.
Yeah, because I was hoping to like it.
Have you heard about this? This
Oh, Williamsburg.
okay.
Not the mountains.
Nah. Boy,
I know I've been there. I just couldn't remember where it was.
that's bad.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this new drug, Ozempic?
Sounds familiar. Is it like, are there commercials for it? Is that why it sounds familiar?
Not yet. It's getting super, super popular right now, especially in like the Hollywood circles and things like that. It's becoming very popular, and it's because
What kind of drug is it?
it's a diabetes drug.
Okay.
It helps you.
It gives you diabetes?
It's the opposite.
Oh, okay. That's a better.
Yeah, it's a better drug.
Yeah.
Better drug. It helps you. It helps keep your shit stable so that you don't have diabetes, right? But it has a horrible side effect in about 85% of the people that take it. And that side effect is that the way it messes with your glucose and everything, it keeps stuff in your stomach longer.
Uh-huh.
Like you don't digest very well. So it takes a lot longer.
Yeah.
Well, if the food stays in your stomach and digests very slowly, you never feel hungry.
That makes sense.
So about 85% of the people who take this drug experience staggering weight loss.
Nice.
And so this side effect, this is the same thing, like Viagra and Cialis. And
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
This is a blood pressure medication. It's fantastic to get blood pressure down.
And your diggets.
But like 95%
Yeah.
of people who take it are like, have you noticed the raging boners? And they're like,
Side effects may include raging boners.
yeah. So that side effect became the effect people wanted.
Yeah.
So then they just said, well,
Well, they've been trying to figure out a weight loss pill since drugs before drugs were a thing. Like,
so right now, this shit is going for about $1,500 for a script.
oh,
And
snap.
it's selling out at all the doctor's offices. Like as soon as it gets in, like it's gone.
But they can only give it for diabetes patients. They can't.
Wink, wink. Yes.
So if I went to my doctor and brought up weight loss, they could give it to me.
To make sure that you don't get that diabetes flare up you've been worried about.
What if you're pre-diabetic? What if you're not diabetic at all?
Currently, like everyone in Hollywood is taking Ozempic. Like this is what all the actors are taking right now. So, because I'm allowed to just say actors now, which is great. I don't have to say actors and actors.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's very helpful.
This is great.
Really cuts down on my words.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome.
Because remember all the time we were wasting.
Oh, I mean, I can't wait for like the Emmys and everything to just stop, to just have one category.
Yeah.
I no longer have to deal with female actors, male actors.
Well, why should we have categories? Like it should just be you win the Emmy.
That's right.
One.
You are the best actor, Meryl Streep.
Let's not even put it. Let's just say there's an Emmy. Why even get down to for best acting and best screenplay? Let's just do
yeah,
one.
that's
Just one.
that's insulting to my choreography.
Yeah. Why are we breaking it down?
Well done. So it's just one Emmy.
One Emmy. Talk about value going up.
Yeah, no doubt. I got the one.
Who won the Emmy in 2025? 2025.
This guy,
Yeah.
this guy who makes music. It's crazy. Yeah. So apparently this is like the hella side effect, and now it's why everyone's taking it because keeping your body so that you don't get diabetes, that's not a bad thing.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. So doctors are like, well,
Well, and less eating would probably help with you getting diabetes because you're probably not stuffing your face full of cookies.
and that's why it actually
Yeah.
worked. Like it was supposed to do these things to maintain your glucose. Well, it turns out that by a byproduct, you digest very slowly. You don't feel hungry.
Is that better for your digestive system too?
Probably.
Yeah.
It's probably good all around. So Ozempic right now is the hottest drug. That's like, it's like the best, worst kept secret. And now there's another pill right on the heels of it. Another company who was trying to figure out this whole glucose thing. Same side effect. So it's coming to market. We are on the precipice of people who have money will not be fat.
Yeah.
Like we are,
Or insurance, right?
especially if you can show I'm pre-diabetic. But right now you can't even get like the people.
But haven't doctors been working around this? I mean, since the dawn of time. Like, if you have good insurance,
That's what I'm saying.
like
You get the right doctor.
I got the black lung. Here's
Exactly.
your black lung medicine. Like,
You get the right doctor. They go, yeah.
well, if they start getting kickbacks from the pharmaceutical companies,
Right now, the only reason that there's fat people still around is because it's all being swallowed up, gobbled up by the rich
yeah,
at the moment.
yeah. But once there's knockoffs, and then there'll be knockoffs of the knockoffs.
So in 7
Because how many
years, they'll be,
Viagra's are there now?
in 7 years they'll be generics.
Yeah.
And that. So what is it? It's 2022. By 2030, we're not going to have a lot of fat people.
Yeah.
We're just not, because it's going to be $3.
Yeah, but there's
a
going to
pill.
be another side effect that's probably not going to be good because there's no free lunches in nature, right? Like if you fuck with one thing,
We don't know yet what
we
that
don't
is.
know yet. Yeah.
From what I've heard, it's raging boners and better hair. That's all it is.
Do you know? Do you think that all those Hims ads, they're still selling the hell of the hair stuff? Does that stuff work?
So we got a buddy who was on the golf trip.
Because I don't know anyone who I know people who used to take Rogaine and stuff, and I've always heard it kind of slows down everything, but I've never known like, well, now my hair is like way better than it was.
We got a buddy on the golf trip who in college was going bald. Like big old bald spot back there. Like he was losing his hair. It was thinning. He started doing Rogaine in college because he was like, screw this. I got to.
Yeah.
And the Rogaine kept it exactly where it was.
Yeah.
That's all it did.
Pause.
Just hit pause. The day you stop taking the Rogaine,
Back to normal. Back to
gonna
losing.
go back to receding. So he did that for years.
And that was expensive because I did have a buddy who took that stuff, and I want to say back 15 years ago, he was paying like $100 a month. Like it was big money.
100% he was paying that.
Yeah.
But he also was like, this is really, really important.
Yeah.
So I will make it go. And he did that for years. And now he's actually taking one of those
Hims.
pills,
Yeah.
Nutrafol or something like
Yeah.
that. Because he was telling me the name of it. I think it's Nutrafol. Because I'm looking at him and I'm like, dude, you have like good hair. Like it was just thinning and now it's
Yeah.
good.
Interesting.
He's like, you actually have good hair. Like, what are you doing differently? And he's like, I take Propecia now. Like that's a pill.
Yeah.
And I take the Nutrafol. And I'm like, you have thicker hair. Like it actually worked. He looks great. So
He likes it?
He sure as hell seems to.
Yeah.
You know?
Is it expensive?
Yeah, but this dude,
He doesn't care.
money's no object anymore for him. In college, it was a big deal for him to get his hands on the Rogaine.
Yeah.
Now, whatever the best thing is.
I would only be interested, as someone whose hair is thinning, I would only be interested in that if it was like affordable and 100% like results.
I mean, if Hims is selling it, it's affordable.
You think?
In the grand scheme, yeah. That's that. Once it gets to that level where it's going through those mail order things,
Yeah.
you're definitely, it's not expensive.
Yeah.
But it's working like a charm on him. So we're not going to have,
I wonder if it work. It's got to work differently for different people, right?
everybody's going to have different
Yeah.
results. But like I said, that Ozempic, I mean, only
I feel like if I bought the like him stuff, it'd be like, great. Now your shoulder and chest hair is even.
thicker, stronger, more voluptuous. Yeah, you could have 2 foot long chest hair.
Yeah.
There's a mane on there.
Yeah.
But if this is really happening, I mean,
That'll be huge.
we're not going to have overweight people because being overweight kills you.
Yeah.
Like dead. Now people are going to be like, "Oh, I'm not hungry. I feel perfectly fine. I had eggs
But then
for
you'll
breakfast."
probably have people like still eating poorly. So then you won't be hungry and you'll only be eating trash food.
There's going to be different levels of results, but if I'm like, I'm going to have a chicken breast and a carrot,
Yeah.
every day, and like that fills me up, you're probably going to look pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So there's going to have to be some level of control.
Yeah.
But Hollywood doesn't have a problem with that. It's
No.
like they get paid based on looks.
Well, some of those Hollywood types, I mean, the transformations they do in these movies are crazy. And that's with nothing.
Wildly. Well, there's always something. Steroids, whatever. Like
No, but I'm talking about when you see like the Christian Bales and
that dude
I mean-
can go any direction. He's wild.
Tom Hanks putting on weight and losing weight. Like,
It can be done. Yeah, that's easy. But when you bulk up and get like that's steroids.
well, like when Tom Hanks and Castaway like put on like 30, 40 pounds and then got ripped, like, well, okay, that's hard, but you have a trainer and a dietitian. But like when Christian Bale went down to whatever he went down to for the Machinist,
Yeah, he's
or
like
whatever,
a
it's like
$120.
you
Like,
don't get
ugh.
that's not working out. Like
No,
that's
that's
like starving
starving.
yourself
Then he's good at.
for months.
He can do it.
That's wild.
Well, now Ozempic. This is the future. Like I'm very interested to watch this progress because
Yeah.
right now there's a black market that is popping up for Ozempic. Where if
But
you
don't a lot. Okay. So there's levels, right? Because there's obviously overweight people who try,
yeah.
but then there's overweight people. Like being hungry doesn't mean you're not eating.
No, there's going to be psychological issues.
Because I would say most like people that are, you get to the 400 or 500 pounds. It's not like you're starving.
No,
Like your body's not saying put more food in me.
no. That's a different level.
But it'll be for the people that want to lose weight.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think there's going to be a lot of people who are going to start losing weight. And with this other drug being right on the heels of it and more coming, obesity is about to go down dramatically.
Well, we need to. I mean, our country is known for that, so that'd be a good thing.
It is, but man, it's like you're not even going to have to work for it.
I still think you'll have to work for it.
A lot less than you do now.
Yeah.
Like in order for me to cut weight, I'm hungry all the time and I'm working out constantly.
But there's a way you could cut weight easier with doing less.
Maybe so. But this would
If you only ate good food and you didn't drink anything ever.
Oh, but yeah, okay. You see what you're saying? This is horrible. This sounds like hell.
Yes, I mean,
There's always levels. There's another level I could kick it to.
yeah.
And I could really get shredded, but that's not where we're going.
Yeah.
We are going to do the best with the hand we continue to deal ourselves.
Yes, yes.
Not the hand I've been dealt.
No.
The hand I keep dealing myself.
Well, it's like you got to set your expectations. They got to be realistic, right? So what's realistic?
You need to live your life.
For some people, eating healthy is a bridge too far. For some people, not drinking is a bridge too far. For some people, not eating 5 Big Macs at a meal is a bridge too far, So
yeah, I wonder how this pill affects things like drinking. Like if you're digesting food more slowly, now are you digesting alcohol more slowly?
and is that good or bad?
I don't know. I mean, that's like, say you have 12 beers and now it's like you're just slowly shit-faced for a long time.
That's true.
That could be problematic.
Yeah.
You go out on a bender and you wake up the next day and you're like, oh man.
Yeah, you're not hungover. You're still actively
Yeah.
drunk.
Because it's taking, I wonder if that would really happen. You also would process it more slowly on the front end though. So you
Yeah.
drink 12. You're like, I don't feel that fucking.
You could get over your skis
Yeah, so now you've had
with this
24
theory. Yeah.
and now you're stuck in the range of 12 beers for a day.
Well, and that's how like a lot of people are with liquor, and that's why certain people don't drink liquor because they know like,
Oh, you can put me on that list.
yeah, well, I was on that list too. Like,
No, like I'll sip liquor, but shooting,
oh yeah.
I change very quickly.
Well, mixing too is the same way for me. Like I could crush 6 mixed drinks like I would crush, 6 beers, and it's like, oh, but I've had the equivalent of 8 or 10 beers, because when you're mixing a drink, who's mixing one shot per 12-ounce drink? Like,
I try to.
yeah,
I try to like use a shot glass, measure out a shot, and I'm always looking at that drink and going, and then put a splash on it.
Needs a floater.
Yeah, like I can't.
Yeah.
I don't. I take the time to go get the measuring,
Yep.
measure it out, put it in, and go. That shot glass must be small. There's something wrong with that.
It's not legal.
regulation.
Yeah, regulation. That's what I was trying to
It's
say.
not a regulation shot
No.
glass. I'm gonna have to put another one in there. I
It was
can't
a
believe
shot glass for ants.
exactly. Fucking Zoolander shot glass.
Well, I'll be following that. That's interesting.
Yeah, keep an eye out on that. Oh, dude,
That's been a holy grail for. I mean, how long have they been talking about?
It's
a
here.
magic weight loss pill. I mean, that's a huge black market already.
Oh, it already is.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like $1,500 for like a standard size.
What's that, like 30, 45 days maybe? Like,
Yeah, probably about 30. But that's what people are paying right now.
I guess
because
you
they're
could probably lose a lot of weight in 45 days or 90 days.
guaranteed. If you did 2 months and you were like full all the time,
And you're
eating a meal a day,
not even working out a lot.
No,
Just
you're
like walking.
you're just eating a meal a day.
You could probably lose
your
20, 30 pounds in that time.
No problem. No problem. It's the future is here.
Yeah.
But to your point, I am very interested to see what comes of that.
Yeah.
Like what is it? Hopefully it is.
There will be a side effect. There will be a catch.
Thus far, they're saying they've done all these trials, they've done all these tests, it made it through the FDA.
Well, they've never lied to us.
Well, did you know that this is how the FDA does this?
The opium, OxyContin was non-addictive. Everybody knows that.
Well, it's less addictive. That's what they told us. It's less addictive. Non-habit forming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
How'd that work out?
I mean, apparently highly addictive. But I didn't know this. You know, when the FDA goes to approve a drug, the only thing that they have to prove is that the side effects are less harmful than the effects of the disease it's curing.
That's a relative thing,
Absolutely.
though, because I know for a lot of these, and, you know, we here in the States, we got a million drug commercials. And if you pay attention, which most people don't, when you hear the side effects, you're like, you've got shaky legs when you sleep, but yet your fucking nose will bleed and you'll shit your pants and go blind. Like,
Yeah, but it was going to kill you.
was it? I mean, who knows?
No, it's what you had. So this is less harmful.
Some of it's
that.
not deathly ill things. Like, you're taking a drug for something that's a mild inconvenience.
Yeah.
But the side effects are worse, in my opinion.
They're not supposed to be. That's the line.
Well, that's why they read them. Like,
Yeah. But like uncontrollable flatulence is not as bad as uncontrollable diarrhea. So if you have horrible diarrhea
True.
and you take this pill and it just makes you fart constantly, it's like,
yeah.
kind of a W.
Yeah, but like, what about the Oleans of the world where it's like,
Well, they had to pull that. It turns out leaky buttholes was a bad thing. But we didn't know that at the time.
no, not at the time.
And then we took it, and then everyone started being like, man, I'm having to wash my underwear a lot more. It's like, all right, well, let's take those chips off the market. Let's back that up a little bit.
Good call.
Yeah, it worked out.
The underwear market hated you.
Oh, you got a free.
We're moving so much more product.
You get a free pair of Hanes with every bag of Olean chips.
We made Hanes made a special underwear that folds up and fits in your wallet for those emergency Oleans.
Yeah. Hey, I haven't talked. There's something I want to ask you about, man. I haven't talked to you since you saw that Greta Van Fleet show the other night.
Oh yeah.
What did you think of Greta Van Fleet?
I was so I found out like last Tuesday that they were coming to town on Friday, and I was like, well, I'll just work the show. They came to UVA because I didn't know if I'd be able to find someone else to work show last minute. So I was like, sure. Now I knew nothing of them. I couldn't name one song.
Except that in my opinion, they sound like Zeppelin. Like he sounds like Robert Plant.
Yes. So, but when I first heard about it, I was like, I know I've heard this band, but I literally thought it was a girl at first. And then I researched it, and then I forgot.
Kind of is, though.
You had mentioned it. You had talked about it on a previous podcast about how he was wearing the tights that looked like he
Dude,
packed.
he needs a better sock. Was he wearing tights like that? Was he wearing a white sequin?
He was wearing a white Elvis looking.
Yes.
He fancies himself Jimmy Page / Elvis / Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, okay, Freddie Mercury.
Like, I mean, he was like doing the like singing and holding his arm up. Like, I mean,
yeah.
he was. But the band was badass. Like,
They're nasty, aren't they?
I knew nothing about them.
That's a rock band. That is
So
a rock
they're
band.
such a rock band. I got to talking with the guitar tech before the show. He was tuning and restringing all the guitars. He restrings the lead players' guitars after every show. He said the guy plays so hard and his sweat is so. He said his sweat's acidic. And basically, it messes up the way the strings play. So he restrings his guitars every show.
Wow.
So, and I didn't know this, but this is really cool because I used to be really into music. So everyone knows that all these rock and roll people wear in-ear monitors. For those who don't know, when you play live music, you see the speakers pointing back at the stage. Well, those are called monitors, and they play the music, but they play it towards the performers, because without that, you don't think this because the music's so loud, but when the speakers are pointing out, you can't hear. And I've actually sat in and played music in smaller venues where if you don't have a monitor coming back at you, you literally can't hear what you're playing.
Yeah, you don't know what's going on out there.
But all the pros wear the in-ear monitors so they can actually hear. They're custom form-fitted earpieces.
Yeah.
So the guitar tech was telling me that all these new bands, and this is something I never heard of, their in-ear monitors have a metronome in them too.
Like,
Yes. So it's helping the singer and the guitars keep up with the drums, and they're all on the same time. And he said that these guys don't play like that. These guys just straight play off the drums. Like, it's drum led. Right. It's just old school.
That's old rock, though.
Every guy there was like, and that's how it should be done. Like,
that's
these
right.
guys are like, so these guys grew up.
It's a true rock band.
Yeah, these guys, it's three brothers and another dude. The brothers are the three frontmen. It's a guy who plays bass and keyboards, a lead singer, and a lead guitar. And they're from Detroit, Michigan. And they grew up cutting their teeth playing in like Detroit, dirty, gritty bars.
Nice.
Doing like literally classic rock covers. So like they know that.
Oh,
music.
so they really did come from that world. Because I'm like, he sounds just like Robert Plant.
Yeah. So, and they've kicked ass, dude. Like they played for 2 solid hours. They played 11 songs. Like they kind of did like a jam band thing.
Yeah, because they wail. They get into it. Those guitar riffs get rolling. But it's enough. It's not jammy.
No.
It's jammy in the sense that it lasted 10 minutes.
Yes.
But they're not.
It wasn't just.
It's rock and roll jam.
Yeah, yeah. And they had like they had a drum solo that went on forever one time, which you don't see anymore. Like just
they'll melt your face with some of those guitar licks. And then when he starts singing, wow.
Oh yeah. Every song he just hits that high pitch like wail. And they had some catchy tunes. Now, obviously, wasn't into all of them, but like it was a good show.
That
like,
song they ended with, I'm assuming, was like Highway Song.
Highway Song. That's what they ended with.
That is like, that's the jam. That sounds like.
I like that one.
If someone told you, man, they just unearthed this Led Zeppelin song.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh man, that's sick.
Black Smoke Rising was pretty badass. That's one of their hits. Carnival or Carnival.
So you dug them.
Yeah, I thought they were really cool.
Good. I'm glad, because you and I do not always see eye to eye on music.
And it's just, I don't know, man. Like, I guess growing up on that classic rock really just kind of.
But you also like Freddie Mercury and Queen.
Yes.
So that genre of classic rock was probably going to work for you.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, I think Troy's going to dig this show.
I literally, everyone I talked to about said Led Zeppelin. And I don't know anyone who doesn't like Led Zeppelin. Like, I know people that don't like other classic rock bands.
I think the bands that Led Zeppelin stole the songs from, they don't like them very much.
They did better versions. Oh, did they steal from a lot? Did they steal a lot of songs? I know the lick for Stairway was a ripoff.
There's certainly a couple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're going to find, and probably more than a couple, maybe a few.
Well, that probably happened a lot back in the day too, because there was no way of knowing.
Yeah, and you hear it and you go, man, that lick is sweet. We should change this up.
Well, I always think now, how does anyone write any original music? Like, if you're a musician, you grew up playing music, liking music. So even if you sat down to write some music.
I hear it all the time. A song comes out and I go, oh, this is.
Yep.
And then, oh, it's not.
Oh, it's not.
Especially in concert.
Yeah.
When you're really just kind of in that moment, they start a riff. You go, no, they're going to cover such and such.
Yep.
And then there's their song. And you're like, oh, I never even put together that it's literally the same guitar.
There's only so many chord progressions. Like you can't, it's not unlimited.
No. You got it's dum 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 instead of dum 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 dum. Do you hear it? Do you hear the difference?
It was dum 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 dum. Cheese.
Yeah,
that was the on the end.
It's different.
Yeah, totally different song.
It's different.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, that's a Vanilla Ice reference. He was the first dude to be scared of admitting that he'd sampled the beat, and he tried to talk his way out of it by describing the beat and showing us how different it was. And we're like, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, man, it's different. And rap and hip hop has been sampling since Jump.
Yeah.
Since Jump. Like, this is not shocking. And
even before that, like I've watched some documentaries on old school rap songs, and literally like the guys would like when all the technology started coming out in the late 70s, early 80s, they were just like buying old blues tracks, playing them slowly, playing them backwards slowly, playing them backwards, sped it up till they found a beat or a lick, and they're just like,
that was the Beastie Boys. They play it backwards.
Yeah, we can rap over this.
That's why you hear those.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, that works for us.
But yeah, it was really cool. They had about 8,000 people at John Paul Jones. Pretty good crowd.
I'm glad to hear
all ages.
Because I thought
a lot of young people. I was impressed.
Yeah, they pulled out a young ass crew. Like when
Yeah.
I saw them, I was like, oh shit, like there's young people all around me
Yeah.
who are like, this is our arena rock.
Yeah, the guitar kit gave me a bunch of guitar picks. That was pretty cool.
That's cool.
They say Greta Van Fleet on them. Pretty cool.
Those are super cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed that, man. I didn't even have that on my list, and I was just thinking about it, and I was like, man, Greta Van Fleet.
One of the opening bands was pretty good too. Soul guy, old African American soul guy, and his band kicked ass.
Do you know what he was called?
No, I forgot his name. I do remember the second band. They were called Houndsmouth.
Houndsmouth's fantastic.
They were the second opening band,
So
and I didn't like
Houndsmouth-
them as much as the first guy.
I think Houndsmouth is the shit. I mean, they have that song Sedona that's very popular. They probably just close near the end, but they had a bunch of good songs. And what I didn't realize, so I saw Houndsmouth at that Bourbon and Beyond festival.
Yeah, I talked to the guitar tech. I was like, "You guys were just at Bourbon and Beyond." He's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, that was sweet. And I was really blown away by Houndsmouth because I expected them to have like,
They were
song.
chill. They were chill. They didn't like rock hard.
no, they don't rock hard,
Yeah.
but they're good.
I was expecting with Houndsmouth as the name. I was like, "Oh, these guys are gonna like."
Nah,
No,
they just like I said, Sedona's their biggest hit.
Yeah.
It's like, but then they had some song about like midnight or something that was like phenomenal. Like songs that I didn't know because I wasn't all that familiar with them.
is it Robert Finley? Was that the name of the guy that opened? It was
Robert-
Finley was his last name, I think. I can't remember. I feel like it was Robert Finley.
From Detroit, could have been Robert Bradley. Was he a blind old black man?
No, it was definitely Finley.
Okay, I know Finley Quai, but that's more reggae. And that dude's fantastic. But yeah, man, I was happy that you got to see him. Now, man, I'm psyched you got to see Houndsmouth too. That's not bad. You did a
Yeah.
little. You did. So
Yeah, Robert Finley.
That makes okay, huh? Is I'm guessing he's from Detroit.
I don't know. He could have been from anywhere.
So
Born, he's 68 years old. Born in Bernice, Louisiana.
oof, you just showed me that dude's picture, and usually when I hear 68, I think old, but that is an old 68 on that.
Yeah, he looks older than 68.
Oh man, like if you told me that dude was 68, I'd be like, but if he told me he was 88, I'd be like, you look okay for your age. You look pretty
Yep.
good. But I wouldn't have been shocked if that picture you just showed me was 88 years old. Not good. He needs some Ozempic.
No, he was very thin.
No, he was
real
rail thin. Well, he could just fade away then.
Yeah, he would be done.
I don't see why
It
not.
looked like if he turned sideways, you'd lose him anyway, except for his cowboy hat.
Oh, he rocked the cowboy.
Oh yeah,
Not mad at that.
no.
It sounds like you had a good show.
He was throwing a lot of hip thrusts out there, and the girls were going nuts. It was hilarious.
For the old ass man.
Yes.
That's the beauty of being a musician.
Yep.
Like you don't even have to look good.
Yeah.
Like there was this guy. Are you familiar with Marcus King?
The name sounds familiar.
So Marcus King looks like Sam Kinison.
Oh, really attractive.
I mean, yeah, it would. We'll just put it at Sam Kinison. I was gonna say Sam Kinison had a baby with someone else, but Sam Kinison gets you close enough.
Yeah.
To the truth. So Marcus King is a gross looking dude, but he's also a gross guitarist. I mean, and he can sing. I mean, he's fantastic. Like he's so damn good. He's
Yeah.
so talented. And I'm seeing Marcus King, and I'm like looking at this four, and he's killing it, like
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm gonna bring my wife out to sing this next song with us.
Uh-oh.
And I turned to my wife and I was like, how much you want to bet she is just a dime? And she's like, well, I mean, I could see it. He's very talented. She walks out. Perfect time.
Wow.
Perfect. Like she is gorgeous. And then she comes out and she can sing and she can play. And it's like, she knows what she likes. She
Yeah.
loves musicians.
Yep.
And Marcus King can look like Sam Kinison all he wants. Because that's the
5'0" 200 and something.
yeah, that is the only dick she wants.
Yeah.
She loves that man because he can play and sing.
He's got the talent.
Yeah, and she was gorgeous. I was like,
Nice.
yep. I turned to the guy next to me. Probably shouldn't have. He's like a big Marcus King fan.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, man, right there, man. That's the beauty of talent. Because you know that dude can't get a chick like that. And he's looking at me like, I had to punch you in the mouth. He's a lover. You know? It's like, come on, dude. Like, it's a funny joke.
Like, you're seeing what I'm seeing, right?
Yeah, I was like, all right, no more jokes. I'll just leave you alone, you crazy Marcus King fan. But he's nasty. He's nasty. Well, I'm glad you got to check those out. And I'm glad everyone was able to tune in this week.
Is this him?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's Sam Kinison mixed with somebody, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I have seen him now that you mention it.
Oh, he's a hell of a player.
Oh, is this his wife?
Oh, sure looks it. It looks like Sam Kinison fucked the dude from The Mask.
He does. He looks like somebody. Who does he look like? Kind of looks like a girl.
He's an interesting cat.
Interesting, for sure.
Yeah. His wife, though. I mean, didn't she just look like a hotter Sheryl Crow?
Is this her?
Yep.
Good gracious.
Yeah. I mean,
Dude, she wouldn't give that dude the time of day on the street.
she wouldn't give anyone the time of the day. She's better than everyone.
Briley Hussey?
Oh,
Hussey? Hussey?
yeah, I'm sure
Briley?
I'm sure she's been getting hussy all her life.
My Lord.
But she is a hussy.
She's like, yeah, you don't want to look directly at her.
No. You're afraid you'll turn to bone.
Stone. Yeah.
Like, she's fantastic.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that dude is not. But good on him. I can't begrudge a man for being more talented and more awesome than me. Well played.
Yeah.
No, not mad at you, Marcus King. You do you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. I hope everybody that is out there, any of you who were impacted by Hurricane Ian, I hope that you are doing all right. Everybody is safe at home. If you haven't had a chance to pick up any sunglasses, you can do so at nectarsunglasses.com. Drop Abacus in the coupon code. You'll get 20% off of that. That is a good deal on an already reasonably priced sunglass. Might I recommend the Sustos? It's my favorite pair right now. If you haven't had a chance to send us any topics, please do so at insidethepallethouse@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. We'd be glad to talk about your topics. You haven't had a chance to find me on Be Real, tighten up.
For real.
I want more Be Real
I
friends.
know. I haven't got any requests.
That is the fastest growing social media network in the country right now.
We were in early.
Yeah, I can't take all the credit. Shell helped us out with that. Down in Charleston, he threw us a bone with that one.
But still.
Yeah, but hey, it was a listener sent in topic that became
That's
something
right.
that we do. So I respect it. I'm BP Kennedy 34 on Be Real.
FTBAUER.
There you go. Now look, we're gonna get 2 more friends this week.
There we go.
I'll take it.
I need them all.
It's a slow build. It's a
It
slow
is.
build. If you haven't had a chance to hit us up on Venmo, you can always do so at Inside the
Pallet House.
at Inside the Pallet House, or you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at ITPH Podcast, and on Twitter. Not a lot of activity in those places, but hey, check us out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will be talking to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.
See that production? It just came slamming
Smooth.
in, just right through the back door there.
Smooth.
Objection! Hearsay!
That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?